Hello, everyone, and welcome to Minnesota Varsity League's All-Star Weekend. My name is Thunder McFadden, and I am joined by the Minecraft expert here. It is Blue Sky. Blue Sky, how excited are you for tonight's All-Star action? It's going to be fantastic. We have 8 players from across the league. How excited are you, my man?
I am stoked to see this game here, Thunder. I mean, we are really about to watch. You called me the Minecraft expert, but we are really about to watch some other Minecraft experts here in the
Very true.
action when it comes to Bed Wars here. I mean, best of the best in the league. I'm excited. It's a big deal.
You said it. Yes, absolutely. Going to be a great time, folks. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us. We have tonight the top 8 players, or the top 8 representatives, let's call them, from the league. And that is going to be Fireplace, Georging, Rubster Panda, Retsy, Catman, iSheriff, Mavgator, and Vardingo. So that is who we are going to have playing tonight. Gonna be an awesome time. We're gonna start off, folks, with a free-for-all on our free-for-all map that has just been released. And then, after that, we will be going to a 4v4 Bed Wars battle. Absolutely going to be a blast. Thank you for being here. As I said, everybody, as we are, I don't know if we're on a break screen or what. There we go. Do we have some gameplay going on right now? Or are we on Castro still? Sorry. Okay, perfect. So, as we are getting players ready to go and all of that, Blue Sky, I can't wait to get into it tonight. So, we talked about the first map is our new map, right? That is our 8-player free for all map. Each person has a bed on one part of the map circling, right, the center of the map. So this type of action, 8 people free for all versus your normal Bed Wars map. What are your thoughts?
I mean, I think we're going to be seeing a completely different game here, Thunder. I know I really stress this a lot when I start our, streams here about how coordination is going to be the key to victory here. But it's just you on that island. It's just
Hmm.
you by yourself, and so at the end of the day, it's really going to come down to the skill gap between players and just who, in and of themselves, is an overall like top Bed Wars player. Can you build well? Can you PvP well? Do you have great time management there? It's all reliant on you here. There's no teammate to watch over the bed. If you're not on your island, no one's on your island except maybe your opponent's coming in while you're not there. And so it's
Right.
really we're going to be looking out for, especially today, the top players and just how ready they are and how skilled they are to just individually take this challenge on their own.
Yeah, very exciting. I think you mentioned it in there, right? This will kind of equalize and we'll be able to figure out, right, which one of these individual players kind of has not only the skill, as you mentioned, but also the strategy, okay? Because as you said, nobody else there to protect your bed if you have to go somewhere or if you do go somewhere, right? So, what is your strategy? And I think the skill gap, as much as how sneaky are you, right? Are you able to get in behind where your opponents are looking and destroy a bed and maybe get that final kill? That sort of thing. It's just going to be mayhem on the map. So, very excited to get into it. And thank you all again for being here. We're getting the players organized and we'll be on the map here shortly, folks. But 8-person free for all in Bed Wars. We've had 4v4 all season for 2 seasons, right? And that action has been some of the fiercest and most exciting at MNVL Blue Sky. So now, these 8 players, do you have a couple of favorites out of this list of players that you think will shine maybe in the 1v1v1v1 8 times
Yeah,
situation?
I would say I definitely have a few names to look out for here. Shout out, just running them down the list here. I mean, obviously, shout out to Rubster Panda. I know we play a little bit of favorites here on the cast, and definitely really talk about her a lot. Although she really is a very skilled player.
Hmm.
However, shout out to our one of our reigning champs this year, Vardingo, coming from
Yes.
Los Tigres. Shout out to Catman, a very strong contender we saw this game as
Hmm.
well. Same with Georging here. I mean, we've got some real like top tier players about to, enter the battlefield here, and I think beds are gonna break like they're made out of plywood.
Oh, you said it. You said it. And you mentioned Vardingo right there, right? state champion and so pivotal throughout the state tournament when it came to destroying the opponent's bed. Vardingo was so sneaky, so sneaky throughout the entire state tournament. I think had 3, if not 4 beds to his name, maybe more throughout the day. It was mayhem, and it was so exciting to see because Vardingo had multiple different ways of sneaking in, whether that was invisibility potions or just burrowing in there and making it happen and destroying the bed. Super great stuff that Vardingo is capable of. We are getting into game here, folks. Let's get after it. It's All-Star Weekend, and this is just the start. We have Valorant after this, and then 2 more nights of All-Star action. So if you're not following MNVL on social media, why don't you take care of that? Why don't you follow MNVL on all social media so you can keep up with not only All-Star Weekend, but then the winter tournaments we have coming up and all the action coming next season. Just going to be great. Yep. Love it. Blue sky. Oh, man. Cannot wait to get onto this map. I think players are ready and we'll be there very shortly. But we talked about Vardingo. We talked about Rubster Panda. The rest of these players, though, all playing pivotal roles throughout the season on their team, right? And as we mentioned, it could be as simple as something like sneaking around onto your opponent's little island and just at a time where they can't see. Something like that, right? So we are how far from getting into the game? Perfect. Match is about to start, folks. Love it. Love it. Exciting stuff. And then as we said, after this, we're going to take these 8 players, split them into 2 teams, 4v4, and we will have an all-star matchup after that. Super exciting. Super exciting. Cannot wait. Cannot wait. Here we go, folks. We are into it. Who are we on? Fireplace right here, throwing down. What is that? Some stone? Or is it just gray wool? Gray wool on this map. Okay, there it is. It's not red and blue, right? Because we're not playing 2 teams right now. I see what's happening here.
Definitely something we're going to recognize here. I mean, we're used to seeing only red wool, only blue wool across the map here, but we're going to be seeing a whole variety of colors now that we have 8 players. And Rubster Panda's bed taken down already by Vardingo.
Oh my! The sneaky player, as we said, Vardingo, so sneaky and so effective at taking care of other people's beds. Oh, wow. And who was that trying to jump across there? That was Fireplace. Was Fireplace trying to use the TNT to bounce across right there?
A little bit of a rocket jump, I think we just saw there, Thunder, although it looks like it took a little bit too much health away from him. Green bed fried by Sheriff here. As it looks like Catman approaches Gray.
Oh, Vardingo goes down to Rubster Panda on one part of the map, right? Rubster Panda, no bed left. So that 1v1, pivotal stuff in taking down Vardingo. Mavgator gets killed by Retzi or Rotzi. Another bed destruction. Been deep fried by Rotzi. Oh, we got action all over this map. It's mayhem. Free for all, folks. Bed Wars. What on earth?
Absolute craziness across the board. Rubster Panda really holding her own here, even though having a bed fried, and Vardingo does not seem to stop the onslaught, really just able to keep pushing him back as he tries to come in there for the final kill.
Oh boy, and then who do we have over here? This is iSheriff hanging out, just chilling. I can't remember if iSheriff's bed already went down. I can't recall for sure, but iSheriff up top right here, chilling, watching this player in green,
whose bed has already been fried here, Georging, breaking the wood for something. I'm not sure what he's planning to do with that there. I mean, I don't know how useful wood might be as a resource to him right now, but you know, he's going for it. He's clearing off the board here as it looks like Sheriff is really kind of scoping him out and figuring out what his plan of attack is here. Hopefully going to get a final kill off on him.
We shall see. iSheriff up here and just chilling right now. Built kind of a little bit of a sniper's nest, but nothing to snipe with. I don't see any bows, arrows, things like that. So, Sheriff, relaxing and watching as Georging. Oh my, and we have a final kill across the map. The red bed goes down. And who's that
Pride
final kill
by
on?
blue.
Mavgator, huge.
And apologies, folks, it looks like Sheriff's bed is actually the one broken there, and it appears he has built up a tower there as Georging is on his island waiting for Sheriff to hopefully come down there. So sorry about that real quick. That was Sheriff's island that had the bed fried there.
I see. There we are, still watching Sheriff up here, just hanging out. Who else do we still have up? There is so much going on. Oh, we have another final kill. Rubster Panda goes down to Fardingo for the final kill. Oh, wait.
Remember, folks, every player that dies here, we will be seeing again after this match in the 4v4 against one another. So don't be too sad if any favorites have disappeared in the chat. We will be seeing them here soon.
Most certainly will be. That's Mavgator just floating around, kind of watching. Been eliminated at this point. Is it Retzi or Rotzi?
I believe it's Retzi.
Retzi making moves over here. Does
Running
Retzi still have a bed
island.
even? Ooh. No, has not. Do you see it right there? It has been destroyed. I think all beds are down, if I remember correctly.
And that was something I think I definitely talked a little bit about earlier in the game here, was just when you have this situation where it's all 1v1s across the board, if you're not defending your bed, no one is in that scenario. Right. And they really are just crumpling across the board.
It just makes it so complicated, as you were talking about and as you said. Just, you know, what balance do you make? What balance do you have between defense and offense? I mean, you have to give up the defense at some point, or you have to bend, if not break, right? And the bed, right, with so many people on the map, it's just a matter of time.
Rixie making it here to the main island to go and hopefully get some emeralds and really give us a chance to just kind of admire how gorgeous this map looks.
You said it. I mean, and we talked about it briefly during Minecraft State, but this 8-person free-for-all map is so beautiful. It is so cool. We do have a bed destruction.
Pink, deep fried by Fireplace.
Whoo!
Fireplace jumps into the void.
Another one down. And if Fireplace is jumping into the void like that, Fireplace must still have a bed. Pink bed gone. There's Vardingo getting some diamonds. Already has diamond armor, it seems. Is that Vardingo, right?
Yep, iron armor on him already. And real quick, real nice touch on that Emerald Island there with actual emerald ore blocks in the wall. I didn't notice that our first fly around, but wow, such a well-made map. I mean, this is beautiful.
It is, and glorious to look at, and offers such a unique challenge, an interesting challenge to our players. And this is Vardingo getting inside to destroy a bed. Whose bed is it?
Placing obsidian around his own bed.
That's right, it's his own bed. Yes, throwing some obsidian in there. Wow, Vardingo.
Full obsidian around his bed, and it hasn't even hit emerald generators too. I mean, Vardingo really just wastes no time in this situation here.
That's
already
crazy.
Just stacked up.
You know, and Blue Sky, as we talk about Vardingo, we are so, and especially throughout the state tournament, we talk so much about the offensive prowess, right? Just how sneaky and how ruthless Vardingo can be. Oh! Catman goes down. That's a final kill on Catman. Pink team has been eliminated. That is that. But as I was saying, the offense is what we focus on with Vardingo. But right here, we're seeing incredible defense, Blue Sky.
No, he's really playing the long game here. I mean, we know he's a very skilled combatant. We've seen it in action here. And to already have Obsidian set here, I mean, we're getting to see him in a new light, new skills that we haven't necessarily been able to see during the 4v4. But now that it's a free-for-all, he's kind of covering all roles pretty well here, Thunder.
Really, really is. And that, you know, that is the mark of a truly, truly great Minecraft player. And listen, all of these Minecraft players are exceptional. That's why they're here for All-Star Night. And those of you who are watching, we'll thank you again for joining us. What a night. What a night it has been. Very, very exciting stuff. Another bed
White bed.
destruction. Red
That's
Sea takes out
Vardingle's
the
bed.
white bed.
Vardingle's bed goes down. Although Vardingle knocking Ritzy into the void here, Vardingle no longer having a bed, however, still managing to secure the final kill on Red despite Red taking his own bed from him.
Man, what a play. What a play. And now down here, Georging.
Looks like there's been a little bit of banter going back and forth here between Georging and Sheriff, as it seems like they've traded islands almost, with Georging over here on Yellow Island and Sheriff on the bridge coming from Green.
Yeah, we are. Yep. There it is. You see it in the chat. Stalemate, these two. They have been staring at each other for, I mean, how long at this point? It has been, I think, probably better part of 5 minutes that Sheriff has been up here building this beautiful platform and now making moves over
Bridging
to
across
Georging.
back to his own island here. Hopefully looking to reclaim a little bit of real estate from him. Although I feel like he's taken a lot of time on this bridge, and that can really be punished here by a fireball or a well-placed arrow shot.
Most certainly, yeah. And neither of these players having a bed, anything or any death, right? That's it. That's the end of it. So falling off the map included. You don't want that to happen. Oh, here, and do we have an attack out of Sheriff getting inside and Georging just waiting. Waiting. Now these two, oh man. Who will attack first? They're doing exactly what they have been, but just on the same island now.
Sheriff holding the high ground here, however, not wanting to jump down because Georging crouching, not really giving Sheriff a way to see where he's at. I mean, it looks like both members here are really adamant on, not making the final slip up here. Pretty evenly matched fight. Georgian getting a little impatient there as we as we watch them kind of tease each other and wait for whoever's going to make the first move.
Yep, somebody has to attack at some point. Who will it be? And how many other players do we still have left up right now?
And it looks like Sheriff retreating and going back to Green's Island, or his new island, as it seems, to possibly recuperate, maybe get some more gear, something along the lines there.
There you have it. Sheriff making moves back over this direction.
The map. Something we haven't seen a lot of, though. We know Vardingo is still alive, and we know he no longer has a bed to protect, so we know he's very notorious for being a sneaky player, right, Thunder? We can both agree on that he comes in for these really hidden plays here. And he's even been able to sneak past us like commentators here to pull off something. I'm wondering if he's not somewhere out here on the map, basically getting prepped here to really kind of take both of these players out here in their sort of stalemate that they've been in.
Yeah, absolutely. Something will break them out of this at some point. What it will be.
Emerald Generators hitting tier 2.
Ooh. And we are into it again here, folks. Yellow v green. Who comes out on top? Georging v Sheriff. Is Sheriff ready to commit on the PvP? Is Georging ready to commit on the PvP? We shall see.
Sheriff admitting that this is getting nowhere. Although Georging offering the fair fight to let him take a golden apple once he lands and hash it out evenly among each other. I mean, truly sportsmanship. If I didn't know any better, I'd say these guys are friends.
Yeah, right. And hey, and in our league, we do have the benefit of having a ton of different teams, and a lot of the players and a lot of the teams really do enjoy, whether that is scrimming with each other, playing with each other, all of that. That's really the environment. Oh, here it is. It's the PvP. Georging v Sheriff. Down to 1, down to 3. Sheriff comes out on top. That is that, and Sheriff will eliminate Georging. Wow, what an effort.
Holy cow, Sheriff almost baiting Georging up there, promising to let him get up on the roof for a fair fight, and then knocking him down off the pole there to get the upper hand. I mean, brutal betrayal between this pair of frenemies right here.
Yep, and there it is. Wow. Wowza. 3 players left at this point. We are almost down. The top 2 players, the 2 players left standing, number 1 and number 2, those will be your captains for our 4v4 All-Star game, which we will have right after this on All-Star Weekend here at MNVL. Oh, wait! Getting
Nice
out of
dodge.
the way, Bardingo almost took a fireball to the feet. No siree.
Like retreating here, possibly going to try to get some more potions. He tried throwing down what looked to be a egg bridge, and it didn't seem to land right, or at least didn't place enough blocks there for him. So it looks like he is going back here to hopefully get a little bit more gear and get himself better ready to fight Pink here.
Yeah, seems to be. And I will tell you, Vardingo seems ready to fight just about anyone at any time. I'm telling you. And you saw it at the beginning of this. Vardingo, not messing about, went right after Rubster Panda right away.
No, he wasted no time. We noticed
Right?
that with a lot of players. There was not really this grace period where it was, hey, feel free to gather your resources. Everybody went after everybody right away and just kind of this
Yeah.
mad dash to secure kills. He gets to
Craziness. And
Pink's
you
Island.
know, to have this
Sheriff
many
killed.
players. Sorry, what's that?
Sorry, Sheriff final killed.
Oh! That is that. Sheriff goes down, and now we have our final 2, it would seem.
To hash this out. But no, what you were saying is exactly right. Is people are not giving each other time to breathe here, Thunder. They are going right at it without second thought. I mean, it's all in good fun. It's all we see sportsmanship here, but these are aggressive, like pro players really hashing it out and showing us, well, why they are in the All Stars League right now.
Exactly. As Vardingo back and forth on the bridge will head towards the mid. Vardingo looking for that final player.
Looks
Looking
like
about, just taking a brief moment just to look at the spectacle that is this map. Look at that. More like charting a quick route up to the top of this. Vardingo, what is this movement right here? Does he have a jump potion right now?
yes, he does.
Yeah. Oh wow. Just making
flying up
quick
high.
work all the way up to the
Sheriff's
top here.
still alive. It must have been Fireplace taken out
Wow!
here.
Found him.
Vardingo securing the high ground. The Sheriff builds up. Holy smokes.
Oh, whoa. Oh, Sheriff goes down to Vardingo. Vardingo is your champ right there. And Sheriff will be your second captain. What an exciting free-for-all that was. Wow. Craziness across the maps. We saw action from the get-go up until the very end. And really the only part that was not intense action, it was intense tension between Sheriff and Georging, yellow v green, trying to figure out who was going to take that PvP battle in the middle of that. Blue Sky, that was amazing.
That was a very, very fast-paced game that we watched there that just wasn't even a break. And exactly what you said there is we have the case of those frenemies, that real like heart story that's tugging at our strings here as we figure out who is going to betray who in that scenario there. But at the end of the day, I mean, it really just came down to Vardingo played the game like a hawk, keeping his eyes open, seeing opportunities, and really just diving into them.
Yeah. Well, and also, right, on top of that, right, you make a great point. Like a hawk. I mean, just flying in and taking out beds across the board, starting with the bed of Rubster Panda, and then kind of methodically making the way through. But Vardingo did a great job on the defense, an incredible job on the defense. And at a very, very early point in the game, as we saw, had Obsidian covering that thing. So when you're a player as sneaky and as fast as Vardingo, and you got Obsidian on your bed before anybody else does, that spells trouble to me. How about you, Blue Sky?
It's a pretty safe bet to say that you were going to be at least in the top 2 there when you were at that point. I mean, we watched that play taking probably one of the stronger contenders against him off the table right off the bat. I mean, we saw Rubster Panda really put up a good fight against Vardingo as he kept coming back. But at the end of the day, if you can't respawn and your opponent can, it's going to cost you the battle eventually.
It sure will. And a point perfectly made right there. Big ups to Rubster Panda for, I mean, she got a kill on Vardingo when she had no bed left. That for sure happened in the middle of all of that mayhem that was going back and forth, beds being destroyed here and there. Craziness on the map. What a day it has been so far. It's a pleasure to have all of you. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here, folks. We are going to go to a brief break. And when we come back, we're going to have our 4v4. It is Team iSheriff versus Team Vardingo here in Minnesota Varsity League All-Stars for Minecraft, folks. We'll be back shortly. everyone, and welcome back to the Minnesota Varsity League All-Star Weekend. We have Minecraft tonight, and following this, it's Valorant. But right now, we are getting into our 4v4 All-Stars battle. Folks, my name is Thunder McFadden. I am joined by my man, Blue Sky. Blue Sky, this is very exciting stuff. We're going to get to see Team Vardingo versus Team iSheriff.
No, and this is going to be a really interesting game to watch because I mean, on one hand, we know that these players are very skilled. We know that these players are very good at their craft here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, pun intended.
Yep.
But we also we we also know that these players aren't on teams with each other. Like this is the first
Right.
time they're playing with one another. You know, collectively and working together. And so it's really going to come down to: is it going to be this? You know, skills that are going to like overpower coordination here, or is
Mm-hmm.
it going to be something that we're going to see a little bit of maybe discourse on the teams? Is, you know, a lot of these players are the aggressive front runners, and
Right.
now they're kind of being penned together and told, hey, you got to play nice. And you have a bunch of these top dogs that are used to being alpha of the pack there, you know.
Yeah. And that I think that that's such an interesting point that you bring up. That's fantastic, right? So when you have all of these players who, yes, probably the majority of them are either the in-game leader for their team, right, or they play a very, very pivotal and forward role in the composition of their team, right? So then you get them on a squad with three other, like main players, but they've either never played together before or minimal experience. Maybe there's beef. I'd bet there's not beef. But, when you're playing with people from other teams, this can be interesting and this can be kind of a ton of fun, right? So it'll be interesting to see. I think we have a graphic. If not, we will have a graphic very shortly, but we are going to show you the teams. Team iSheriff taking on Team Vardingo, and we are still awaiting the final word as to what
So we
as
have just gotten information here that Team
oh,
Vardingo chose Rubster Panda, two bitter rivals. Well, maybe
yes.
not bitter rivals, but two rivals working together on the same team here should be fantastic to watch.
Wow. Yeah, cannot wait for that. As we mentioned, in the 8-person free for all, it was Vardingo who attacked Rubster Panda first. And now, here in the team situation, choosing Rubster Panda
Oh,
as the first selection. To the team, iSheriff is going to choose Retzi as the first member there of Team Sheriff. Team Sheriff, Team Vardingo. Man, I cannot wait to hit the map. And I'm interested, do we know exactly Blue Sky? I don't remember for sure. Are we going to be on Yoshi? Are we going to be on the Dragon? What are we getting into here? Or do we not know yet?
I think it's going to be going under the normal MNVL rules where each team both picks a map that they
Ooh,
don't want to play on, and then whatever map is left is the one that's or you know they pick in between that there. So I think they'll actually be
right.
picking the maps here.
Well, that is going to be proper fun, I tell you. And Catman going to join the side of Vardingo, Team Vardingo right there. Very excited to see this. Team
Really
Sheriff.
hoping here that Sheriff ends up picking Georging, especially after what we saw in the All Stars there. I'm really hoping to keep the bromance carrying on here.
Yes, yes. I think that maybe that's what it was oh, Mavgator gonna join Team Sheriff. Oh no, Blue Sky Georging versus iSheriff again. What if these two get to staring each other down on the maps? Do you think that's what it was though? Blue Sky was the bromance. Do you think that they just didn't want to take each other out of the free for all? That's really,
I
that
think
was maybe
both
the thing.
I think both players really wanted to win, but you start striking up a conversation, you start talking to your opponent, you realize the human side of them. You know,
Yeah.
it's another player on the other side of the screen there. You start building a little bit more empathy there. And so then maybe that moment of opportunity comes for you to strike, and you're like, I don't know if I should take it or not. I think we saw a
Yep.
little bit of that there with, you know, maybe Sheriff repressing that a bit at the very end to get that first strike in on Georging. But I definitely hope to see Georging, you know, with a comeback here and at least, you know, get to avenge himself a little bit now that he's going to be going up against Sheriff. An IB Goat joining Team Sheriff. for our
And
final
that
pick here.
is Fireplace, if I remember correctly. There you have it, folks. That is the lineup. Team Vardingo taking on Team Sheriff, and these players are getting organized right now. Getting organized right now. Wow, that is going to be quite the 4v4. You know, we mentioned it right there. The storyline of Georging Sheriff, right? Not really wanting to get into each other's face until the time was really, really necessary. So, do you think that they'll be a little more aggressive here in the 4v4?
I definitely think that when you have opponents and teammates, in your comms here, being able to talk to you and speak to you here,
Mhm.
I feel like that's definitely gonna hold a little bit of weight here in the battle. There's going to be a moment where you can't really have that. When you have those like free for alls, you can type in chat because it gets lonely by yourself. Alone in a call, or playing by yourself there, and so you talk to your
Yep.
opponents. But I don't think we're going to really see that much this game. Now that we actually have teams set up together, I feel like it's going to be. I'd very much like to know what's going on in each comms now as players start to meet one another and really figure out how they're going to play as a team here.
Yeah, of course, of course. As they're, I'm no doubt they're getting some sort of Discord call organized or whatever they may decide to do to get into this 4v4 in the All Stars of Minecraft at MNVL, folks. Thank you again for being here. If you're not already following Minnesota Varsity League, go ahead and do that on all social media, even the ones you don't use that much, because inevitably you'll be on that, whether it's Instagram or something like that that you never use. Jump on there and you'll see a post beautifully made by someone here at Minnesota Varsity League, and you're gonna think, man, that was a really good decision to follow MNVL. It definitely was probably the best decision I made at the end of 2021. So
You won't
anyway, make
regret it.
sure it's happening and tell your friends about us too, right? Blue Sky, we're always down to bring new friends in, and we just hit 1,500 followers on Twitch. What? Amazing, Blue Sky.
It's nuts. It's crazy.
Yep,
And you guys really made it possible. You got 1,500 people following us here, and 1,500 people is a lot more than the number of players we have right now competing in the league. And
true.
so, really, let people know, let people watch here. I mean, you're making us into something. You know, you're forming us into something that's going to be great. It's going to be awesome, and it's going to be so much fun to watch.
Yes, yes, we can't thank you all enough as we get players organized and on to the map. We're going to Sonic. Awesome. Well, that's going to be a blast. That is not a map that we saw too frequently throughout the regular season, but now it's All-Star game. We're going to Sonic with the All-Star 4v4. It is Team Vardingo taking on Team Sheriff, folks. Blue Sky, who do you got? Team Vardingo or Team Sheriff?
On this one, I'm gonna have to go, especially if we're playing on Sonic. I'm gonna have to go Team Verdingo on this one. I mean, Verdingo has a lot of very aggressive players on his team, as we've
Yep.
seen, and Sonic's an aggressive map. It's a map really made for teams that are built upon rushing in fast, striking hard and true, and really just knocking your opponent down. And
Mm,
I'm gonna have to say that Webster Panda and Vardingo here, both very aggressive players. Put together on a team. I mean, we've seen Georging, in action as well. Like very, very, strong player here. Um, Sorry, I'm forgetting the fourth person on the team there, but I
all
mean,
good.
it's a strong team. It's a really, strong, aggressive team here, and
Mhm.
I'm kind of wondering, it's gonna be real hard for Sheriff's team to, build up a defense to go up against that here.
I think you're right. I think you're right. Between Vardingo being the sneakiest and one of the savviest players in the league, and with Rubster Panda, who just clicks the mouse faster than probably anyone maybe in the state of Minnesota. I mean, would probably give anybody a run for their money as far as how quick she can click. Rhyme scheming over here. We're doing it for All Star Weekend. But she's fantastic and very, very fast. So, as you said, going up against that terrible twosome, right, on the map, gonna be difficult. But if Team Sheriff, if they get creative, right, if they get creative and they really get down to it and say, all right, what is our attack going to be? Let's get into it here. We have Team Blue, Team Red,
It looks
and we
like red team being Team Sheriff here, and Team Blue being Team Vardingo.
That is right. And that looks like is that Rubster Panda making
That
moves
is
here onto the
Vardingo.
mid? Oh no, it is Vardingo. Yes, as we get in a little closer, you can see Vardingo with the aggressive plays, as we have always mentioned, bridging over here to meet one of our players from Team Sheriff. Are we going to see some early PvP? Yes. Oh, over here on the other side of the island, we are. Somebody gets knocked into the void. And that is, yes, I Sheriff. Looks like getting knocked into the void. And we have
Georging
a.
himself.
Woo!
Georging kind of reclaiming his pride there and
That's
getting
right.
his vengeance on Sheriff. It looks like Team Vardingo pushes more towards Red Island. And shout out, credit to Team Sheriff. I mean, they got Fireplays on their team, who was the one to break Vardingo's bed that game. We have Sheriff, who won the altercation against Georging. I mean, these are strong players as well here too, Thunder.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. And this is exciting PvP that we have had going on right here. Oh boy. Team
Georging
Sheriff doing a
knocked.
decent job holding on the defense here, Blue Sky.
It looks like they're actually pretty coordinated here, Thunder, especially for a bunch
Yeah.
of players who haven't played with each other before. I mean, they are going in together as a team. I mean, knocking Vardingo off the edge.
And it's a nasty one. Vardingo goes down to Retzi. Wow, a nice little piece of PvP out of Retzi for Team Sheriff. And now making moves over here. See, oh no! Is the fall damage? Yep. The fall damage is going to be too much. Yee! When you got 4 hearts and you fall from that high. Oof. Better have an Ender Pearl or it is sayonara.
Looks like we have on the bridge here meeting one another. Mav going up against. Is that Vardingo we see there?
Oh, it could be.
Georging.
Mavgator Georging. And then, oh! Mavgator gets tossed but drops a block.
And getting
And then goes down.
swept.
Woo!
Looks like Team Vardingo getting more coordinated together now as they come in for the attack.
Sure are. Yeah, Retzi gonna knock. Looks like Vardingo off. And oh, we have some massive. Oh, and everybody goes down except for one player. One player alone. And that right there is Fireplays up at the top of this red bridge and dropping down, still making moves towards the mid. There were 6, I think, players there on that bridge, and now the lone survivor is Fireplays. Blue Sky.
Shout out to Rubster Panda there, who managed to trade 2 of Team Sheriff's players for herself there on that bridge.
Oh, the invisibility.
It would normally be a one-on-one trade. Uh-oh.
Who is this? They sniff it out, and then, oh, man. That's a builder right there. That's gotta be Rubster Panda. If not Vardingo. Just, I mean, so quick laying down that wool to get out of the situation. It's Vardingo. Oh!
Vardingo breaks down into the bed.
Whoa! No way! Vardingo, what an effort! What a hero play! What is that? Drops in with, I think it was 4 hearts left, and covers with the wood to get the destruction. Woo! Team captain, Mr. Vardingo, with a massive destruction, Blue Sky. Wow!
And soon here to follow is the rest of his team, all in iron armor, decked out as they drop down here onto Red's Island.
Wow.
Almost circling their prey like vultures, just waiting to sweep in and pick them off.
You said it, Blue Sky. You said it. And hey, we knew this Team Vardingo was gonna be darn aggressive tonight between Vardingo and Rubster Panda. But guess what? In the end of the day, it's Vardingo with the invisibility potion, jumps in, and somehow, even with the attack that Sheriff team, the whole team, Sheriff had on him, Vardingo still gets out of the way and makes it happen. We had one final kill in there. Who was that went down, Blue Sky?
It was Fireplays going down, and we also saw Vardingo die there. Most likely a trade on one of the bridges, which means here we are left with Mav, Sheriff, and I believe our 4th here being Ritzy himself, as they kind of hunker down near the generator here and hopefully maybe build up a strong defense there, or placing some blocks to really kind of build a bit of a bunker, it looks like.
Yep. Bunkering down and hunkering down is exactly what they're doing. But man, Team Vardingo, they're coming. And they are coming with the fire. I tell you, they will get into this. And these are some serious PvPers on this blue team.
Absolutely, Thunder. I mean, we are looking at some of the top killers of, like, their teams here respectively. I mean, we've seen Catman at the top of the board, we've seen Vardingo, we've seen Rubster Panda, and they all sweep in here.
Oh boy. Oh boy, there's one final kill in there and another one. And will they get the final one? No! Oh my gosh! Red Sea with 0 health survives!
Mav getting killed by Vardingo, and Sheriff being killed by Catman. Ritzy being the last remaining red player left alive in this game.
But going after it. Not worried about the situation. Say, hey, if I'm the last one standing, may as well get after it and fight it out. Here goes Retzi up against Vardingo. 9 health. Vardingo's got 20. What does Retzi have? Oh boy. Getting swarmed by Team Vardingo.
As we see the rest of the blue players make their way here, it looks like Retzi's making his final stand, hunkering up to the top of the tree, as Team Vardingo just does not give him any time to recuperate here. Right after him, giving him not even a second to take a golden apple if he has one.
Wow, wow, wow. Fantastic stuff it has been, and you said it earlier. I think you put it perfectly. They're swarming like vultures. They're swarming. Look at them swarm right now, these blue players. How quickly can we get up to this lone Team Sheriff player? Oh boy, is there any fall damage there? Running! 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 Look at that! Oh, leading the blue players! Retzi gonna blast the bridge on the way by. What an effort!
Rubster Panda jumping into the void here to try and recuperate back to the island, but it doesn't matter. Vardingo getting that final kill.
Of course, of course, of course. It is Vardingo with the final kill. In this All-Stars matchup, Team Vardingo is going to win, and you saw Retzi right there. Knew he couldn't run anymore. It was just, I'm out of road. I'm out of space. I can't keep running. I got to turn around and face this thing, PvP my way out of it, and that was that. Team Vardingo, they take it, folks. They are your All-Stars champion, and it has been quite a day and quite a season. Wow, wow, what a fun one. Blue Sky, what a pleasure it has been all season long, and now in the All-Stars game, another just amazing stream. Man, it's been awesome.
It's been real fun here, Shout out to Ritzty there. I mean, really putting up that good final stand. I believe I saw him at the top of the leaderboard too with kills there. I mean, huge credit to them. Very, very powerful player there, and just ended up going down to Team Vardingo. But it's all in fun here. We all love each other at the end of the day, whether we're part of the MNVL League or MNVL production. And it's been a awesome season.
It sure has been. Blue Sky, it really has, the whole season, as we said. Start to finish, it has been amazing. And that this weekend is really about celebrating that. We know that, right? With each and every single one of our esports, celebrating how stellar of a season that we had. And you know what? I want to reiterate. I know I said it during the state tournament, but I want to reiterate. You and I had a fantastic time this season. There were some bumps along the way as far as streams getting canceled and some other things like that. But man, it really has been a pleasure. You've come a really, really long way as a caster, and you look great when you do it. You're really, really doing awesome. And so I appreciate your hard work. It's been a ton of fun. Do you have any final thoughts on the season before we get rolling?
I'm very, very happy. I'm very honored, and I'm very thankful that I got to be a part of this. I mean, it's been a blast. It's been really fun. I've learned a lot. I've gotten to, really experience the world here, and I'd like to thank, everyone here at MNVL Production who's helped me along the way. I'd like to thank the viewers here who've really just, the kind words I've seen in Twitch chat. I mean, you guys have been awesome.
Yeah.
I couldn't be happier. I really couldn't. This is probably one of the, better Christmas gifts I'm going to be end up getting this year was just getting to do this.
Awesome. Awesome, man. Well, hey, again, it has been a pleasure to have you as part of the crew, and it has been a pleasure to cast with you, Blue Sky. So take care of yourself and enjoy these holidays. Folks, that is the end of our Minecraft All Stars. But guess what? We have more coming on the way just tonight, folks. We will be back with our Valorant All Stars tonight. Oh, going to be an amazing time. On behalf of my man Blue Sky right here, again, Skylar, it's been an amazing pleasure, and thank you for your hard work this season. On behalf of Blue Sky and everyone else here at MNVL, thank you for being here for Minecraft. And folks, we'll see you in a little bit for Valorant. Take care.